You're listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Hey all, how you doing? Alex is not with me right now this evening anyways. He will be, well, he might be joining us a little later. How is everyone tonight? This is completely open this evening because our show is the Sunday night, this season finale. We'll be broadcasting this Sunday night with our good friend Tim Shaw, so it'll be a pretty cool show. Hey, good to see everybody in chat there. Tim, Simon, Barry, Adrian, Joe, Mr. Florida Trailblazer. How are you? Simon, Neo, anyone would like to join me this evening? Us this evening, by all means. Like I said, this is completely open. This is raw, no bars held, open discussion. And something we kind of do before we go into our summer hiatus. Although we do come in once in a while and do produce a show. Um, we usually take the summer off from June to September, and season 15 will be June, or sorry, this September. And we're working on new guests, some pretty cool guests for the season 15 lineup. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys could be a guest. I don't know. I'd like to do a show. We actually, we actually did a show. It's been a long time ago on urban exploration. We had a good friend on, Chris Lockhart, who is a well-known urban explorer, photographer from these parts. But he's been all over the world, and you can find him on Instagram and all that wonderful stuff to see his his adventures. His name is Chris Lockhart, and the guy's been everywhere. Some really really cool, um, mysterious, creepy places. I don't know, what is it? Battlefield Island or Battleship Island in Japan. Hey, Mr. John Bingo presents. Yeah, he actually snuck onto the island. He actually got he's got away. He's got some, I don't know, some fisherman dude who trolleys him over with his equipment and drops him off at the island and then takes off, of course. And some of the photos that he's taken from that place alone is just incredible. He was at I don't know the exact location in Japan, but probably somewhere close to Tokyo or outside Tokyo. I could be wrong. Some really cool abandoned amusement park, and some of the photos that he has taken from there, they're just really incredible. Like on top of one of those old wooden those classic roller coasters, and some of the photos just on top of that, just really cool, breathtaking, and creepy and eerie at the same time, because when you think there's nobody there, it's abandoned, all of a sudden somebody else shows up. Who could it be? Another urban explorer? The cops? A serial killer? Who the hell knows? But cool. Again, his name is Chris Lockhart. Check it out. I think you just have to type in Chris Lockhart in Instagram. I can't remember what his Instagram handle is. I'll look throughout the show and I'll let everybody know if somebody's interested. But in the upcoming season, the new season, season 15, I think I'd love to do a new show on urban exploration. It's been a long time, and I fucking love it. I love it. I mean, I used to explore. I wasn't a pro or doing it all the time, but I did it quite often, and was able to find some really cool places, but not to the extent of some people here on YouTube. Oh man, Matt and some of the other guys that are here, some really real cool stuff. So once again, tonight is just blah 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 blah. No, it's completely open. Like I said, Alex might join us maybe in the next hour, half hour to hour. I don't know. Perhaps he's on babysitting duties tonight. So we'll see. He might pop in. And yeah, Big Dump, how are you? Anyways, anybody who'd like to join in, by all means, the link is in the chat. Cheers, everyone. I know in the UK, what is it, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that, 2 o'clock. Anyways, cheers. Good. How about you, Big Dump? Love the name. Love the name. So I was watching the trailer for this movie from Blumhouse coming out soon called Dashcam. And I'm sure it's already on, on the torrents, whatever. I'm sure there's ways of watching it, but whatever. And it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty much like a found footage. I don't know how are you guys with how are you guys with the found footage flicks? I mean, they're hit and miss. I fucking love them. And then and some of them are just absolutely, oh, here, speaking of the devil. Ba-bum. How are you, man?
See what happens when you speak about the devil?
No, see what happens when you take a big dump?
Yeah. Is that what you've been doing?
No. Big Dumps in chat there. His latest is, I laid this one fresh this morning. It was a stinker.
Oh, man.
You got to love it. So how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. I was just talking about wanting to do a maybe in the upcoming new season do a show on urban exploration.
Sure.
I mean, we did one with remember Chris Lockhart? I remembered his name this time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Chris Lockhart came on the show and he had some really, really cool shit. Some of the places, we were talking about, what was it, Battleship Island in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And some abandoned, whatchamacallit, amusement park in Japan. I don't know, somewhere close to Tokyo, I think. I don't know. But anyways, I started going on. Did you watch the trailer for Dashcam?
Not all of it. I watched most of it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's pretty interesting.
Looks creepy.
It does. It's another found footage movie, right?
I guess I'm assuming that's the case, but who knows? You never know. You never know, man. You never know. You never know. You never know. I mean, but it does look interesting.
Yeah,
it does, and I think I'd like to see it. In fact, I tried searching it on Kodi. I did find Dashcam, but it was a movie from 2021.
Sure, it wasn't some kind of like porn.
No. It was about this guy who he is an editor, a news editor, and he's editing a piece for his reporter there on this cop governor killing sort of thing, and there's some big sort of cover up, and the editor gets into the middle of it because he's mistakenly forwarded some sensitive video and audio material that could, blow things up. And it's not a bad flick. It's okay, but it's certainly not Dashcam, the other Dashcam that's apparently coming out soon, if it's not on. Hey, Darren, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, so it's not the same one. That's the fun of Kodi too, right?
So this is not out yet, then?
I don't know if it's out. I think it's doing the festival circuit right now.
Oh,
but it's Blumhouse, so you never know. It could be out. It could be on what's that? What's that horror?
Shutter.
Shutter. Could be on Shutter. It could be on one of the other ones. I don't know. You never know. It could be straight to stream. I don't know. I don't know too much about it other than somebody posted the trailer and I'm like, hey, this looks cool. And I was reading some stuff on it, and it's gotten some pretty good reviews. So
That's pretty cool. Well, I'm hoping it's not a streaming only, because that's gonna suck. Because if you don't have Shutter, if it goes there, then you're SOL.
well, I mean, you can always take the nefarious sort of routes to find it.
No, I'm a good boy.
You're a good boy, huh?
I'm a good boy. When I want to be, I'm a good boy.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, how are you?
There you guys, everyone. Hello.
Yeah. So anyhow, this Sunday we're going to do our last show for the season. Here we are, another June, another season under the belt,
Yeah.
and Tim Shaw is going to help us ring it out. Tim's always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He's an interesting guy, full of knowledge on the paranormal, on a lot of things, really. And you gotta love his Ouija board collection.
Yeah. I'm all for that. I'm trying to build up my own collection.
What do you have now? 2, 3?
No, I have 3.
Have you seen some of the ones on eBay and even Marketplace? Some really old ones.
No, I have not.
Of course, they're a little expensive, but I mean, if you're,
Yeah, I'm not that much
Seriously.
of a collector.
not that much of a collector.
Nah. I don't need I don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a Ouija board.
No, it's not one of those things that, unless it comes with some sort of special portal with it, maybe
Yeah. I'll consider it then.
you'll consider it at a low, cheap price of $1.
You can buy a Ouija board that'll eat your soul.
It comes with a vortex. Transport to any fucking toilet in your room.
Oh, fuck. That's what we need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, anyways, so Sunday we're closing the season out with Tim, so that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, that's it. And some heavy thinking for the 15th season. Oh my God, 15 seasons.
Yep. It's
know,
been that long.
It has been that long. And I mean, what are we going to do? Are we going to stick with the radio with New Visions? Or are we just going to do this? We don't know yet. We don't know. We're enjoying doing this now. I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, it's fun. It can be fun.
It can be fun. It can be fun. It can be, but you know what I mean? Just like any other medium, it comes with its pitfalls, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm not
That's everywhere. I mean, at least here on this platform, you get some interaction in the chat, whereas we don't get any, on New Visions, unfortunately.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we get minimal. I mean, we have a lot of listeners, but we just, there's just no contact with the listening audience.
Yeah.
As much as we've tried a platform like Chatwise during the show, we've had many, and unfortunately, since that New Visions, it's been minimal. It's been minimal. But I mean, since coming over to YouTube and doing this is it sort of revigorated the chat sort of format. Because I mean, we really, I think in the beginning when we were on Blog Talk, the chat was very, very vibrant lively. As well, very lively, and but the phone calls also made it too.
Oh yeah.
The calls, there was a lot of great calls. Don't get me wrong. A lot of great callers, a lot of great stuff coming out of those calls, but there was, because we were broadcasting between 1 and 11 and 1
11 and
a.m.
1.
in the a.m. in the morning. We're getting a lot of very
Interesting characters.
Yes, intriguing calls.
That's putting it mildly.
Exactly. Mildly. So, what do you think of the new trailer? Do you guys see the trailer here? It's not a trailer; it's a teaser. I don't know.
Did you play it?
I'll play it now. Let's see if it'll play. Let's give it a shot. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Cool. So, what do you think? Does it? Do you want it more? You're on mute.
Sorry, this is for the people in chat.
Yeah. Are you guys wanting to see more? Okay, let's get that there. That's loaded up. Yeah, so hopefully it will be fully completed by this fall, late fall, winter, and we'll probably premiere it here on our YouTube channel, and we'll have a watch party with y'all. So if you want to watch it, I sound very Southern there. You all
sound like one of those radio hosts, those morning radio show hosts.
We'll be watching it with you all.
That's creepy.
What's creepy?
The way you're saying it.
You all. Hey, Explore. It's funny. We were just talking about some, doing a show in the new season next year. This coming fall, on urban exploration. So, we might come calling. I'd really like to do a show. It's been a long time. Like I said, I think we had Chris Lockhart on. It was, oh man, we're talking probably 6-7 years ago, something like that, give or take.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that.
Have you ever urban explored at all?
I can't say that I have.
No. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, I have urban explored, but not like some of these other guys. Like I said,
unless you consider the Whippy Asylum urban exploring.
Sure, I mean that's one. I mean they're that's exactly a good example. Going into these locations that are abandoned, mostly obviously abandoned, and a lot of people have protocols. I mean, not everybody. Hey, History Hunter, how are you? Not everybody has protocols and does it professionally, if you will. Once again, guys, completely open. And if anybody would like to join us, by all means, click the link and we'll bring you in. Open discussion this evening. Nothing planned. Just sort of leaving things to this Sunday for our official season finale with Tim. So, I mean, we just figured we'd come on and see what everybody's up to, and chat with you all, and maybe get a take on a few things. So by all means, join us if you'd like. You like the giant screen in the background there?
Yeah. Is that playing the live feed now?
Yeah, look.
That's creepy. Why would you have it back there for?
I actually had it on pause because it had the Nocturnal Frequency logo,
Oh, okay.
and then it unpaused itself. So
See, your house is haunted.
it is haunted. It is very haunted. Very, very haunted. So yeah. So doing the dry thing tonight. Got some pop. Oh, okay. The
Just have to
chaser.
finish this first.
Oh, you had to get rid of that first.
Yeah. Now that that's done.
I still haven't broken that bottle open.
The one I gave you?
Yeah, I still haven't broken it. I got to break it open.
What are you waiting for?
Well, you know what? I'm not like I haven't really drank whiskey that much in a long time, man. It's been a long time.
It's
So
good stuff, man. I'll grow hair on your balls.
This does enough of that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm gonna have some refreshing though. Getting a little. So yeah, so it's hilarious. So I was watching what was it? Night Sky, I think it's called. Night Sky with
Finished it.
What'd you think of it?
It was pretty cool. It started off kind of slow, but it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you think? Do you think they're going to renew it? I haven't read anything yet, so I don't know. I mean, at the end there, and I don't spoilers, guys, but that ending,
I know.
It's like, okay,
that ending leaves you wanting more, right? So
you better not leave us only here.
Yeah.
That
was a good show. I really enjoyed it.
I think like a lot of shows, bringing in people like Sissy Spacek and I forget the guy's name, the actor.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Yeah, Simmons. And bringing those guys in, sort of just we'll bring the ratings, we'll bring the people in to watch. The second season, you're gonna have to go, with his granddaughter.
Yep.
Do the granddaughter thing. The granddaughter with the what's his name? Hanson, the freaking the weird guy. What's his name? His real name is Hanson and
Jude.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. So Jude is that guy's is the father of that girl.
Yes.
I thought I heard that coming from the Guardians, the two girls.
It was somebody else. Remember that guy, Nick?
Okay.
It was Nick's brother, who's the father of the Spanish girl, the young girl.
Yeah.
Which girl are you referring to? You're talking about the Spanish girl, the 15-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Nick's brother, apparently, from what I understand, was her dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I mean, yeah. Hey, John, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, it started off slow.
Yeah,
and it did pick up, and like I said, it in the end, it's like you can't leave us sitting like this.
Yeah.
And I hate fucking shows that do that. And they don't necessarily do that because it's the networks or whatever else that say, no, we're not going to renew it for a second season, right? Yeah. And then there's this huge cult following going, oh, come on, bring it to Netflix, and Netflix will pick it up. Why is it always Netflix?
because they don't have much of their original good content.
I mean, I think for a while there, after Grimm was even another show that they were like, oh, Netflix, pick it up. You know?
Yeah, but with Grimm, yeah, no, and I would have loved if they picked it up, but I mean, they did their best to end it, like actually end it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because they knew the end was near, but it's unfortunate.
It
You
is.
know, it was a good show, and it's hard to wrap up a really good show.
It is, especially since you know, they could have. I felt they could have done a lot more with it.
Yes,
Personally,
yes, Darren, I'm telling you,
Archive 81.
there's another fucking show I'm pissed off
Yeah,
that they're not picking up for a second season.
Archive 81. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what a piss off! I fucking love that show.
Won't matter. I don't have Netflix anymore anyway, so even if they did, I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Yeah, but still, it's too bad. I would have loved to see a second season. But they're gonna bring what is it? What is it? Black Box? What the fucking is it Black Box? I'm thinking of what that TV series?
Where on
Uh,
Netflix?
Was it Netflix? Yeah, Netflix.
I don't know.
It was originally on God, something else, and
You're
then
not talking about Black Mirror, are you?
Black Mirror. That's it.
Yeah.
And well, there's a new season coming out of Black Mirror, and apparently they're gonna. This is going to be a little bit of a longer season because the last season, what it was only like 4 episodes, 5 episodes.
Really? That?
Yeah, I don't know why, but and that's a mental series, man. That's a mind fucking fuck series.
I tried watching. I watched a couple episodes. It didn't really do anything for me.
You didn't like it?
Oh, it's not that I didn't like it. I was kind of indifferent. It just didn't do enough to keep me watching.
I I liked it, and then I think I kind of rolled my eyes when Netflix picked up the rights, and sure they pumped some money into it, but this is the problem. I think when a good show, has injection of money and too much, and they lose their focus. I think.
Mm.
And although Black Mirror is good, the whole thing, it's not as good as the first couple seasons. Because I feel it strayed away from that. I don't know what is it, like that creepy pasta sort of vibe to it.
They were probably with all the money injection that they got, are probably trying to do too much at once.
Well, didn't creepy pasta a TV series too, didn't it?
I don't know. If they did, I need to be able to watch it. It's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure they had a TV series. It didn't last long, or something was based on creepy pasta.
I know Slender Man was based on a creepypasta.
Yeah, no, not Slender Man. Let's see. Hold on, I'll tell you in a sec. I'm pretty sure they did. I could be wrong though. This podcast. Yeah, okay. So they didn't actually have a TV series. Okay, so I stand corrected, but I'm pretty sure there was one based on or stories that were based on creepy the episodes were based on creepypasta stories, and I can't think of the name of the TV series. Oh my god! Now it's gonna drive me nuts.
I know. I hate when that happens.
Hold on. Hold on. TV series.
$1 million question. Which show was it?
I'll tell you in a second. Channel Zero.
Channel Zero. I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, man. I liked it. I really liked it. And it was on oh god. I know it was on the Sci-Fi Network. But I don't know where else it played. And
I have a yearning to watch. I'm sure you remember this show, Sanctuary.
Oh fuck! Did you have you already watched it?
Yeah, a few years ago. But
Yeah.
I have the DVD set.
It's classic, man. I fucking love that.
It's a great
Channel Sanctuary was great. Sanctuary was really, really cool.
I went out biased because it was Canadian, but you know.
American production, Canadian, shot in Canada, but still.
The majority of the actors, well, except for the lead actor.
Yeah.
The majority of them were Canadian.
Canadian, but still, it was a really cool series.
It was an excellent series.
I mean,
started off as a web series.
Yeah. I mean, look at
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You know, American production, a lot of Canadian actors. Shot in Canada. Really fucking cool. They did an amazing job with reviving Battlestar Galactica. I mean, in the beginning, you're like, oh no, what are they fucking doing? You know? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Bring it back. It was so fucking cool. And I don't know if you remember, they tried to sort of spin it off. What was it? I can't even think of that spin-off series, but it just, oh man, it blew chunks. It just it didn't blow chunks. It just didn't it just didn't do Battlestar Galactica the series justice. And it's really too bad because I don't, have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen the series?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, it is so good. It is so fucking good.
I remember watching back in the day the original, like the odd episode here and there of the original show.
Oh,
Watch the new one.
You know, although it brings a lot of the original series into the new series, it totally twists things around and makes it more like what's the word I'm thinking of? It makes it more the 80s series, or sorry, the 70s, 80s, whatever. It seemed too cartoonish. Where the new series, the remake series, it was balls out great, man. It was just fucking in your face action, all sorts of shit, man. It was storylines, everything. It was so fucking cool. So cool. And when they announced that they were going to fucking, end it, it's like, no, what are you
How
doing?
many seasons did they do on the remake?
6? I don't know. Something like 6. I don't know. I think it was like 6.
I'll have to see if it's on any of the services I have.
It might be. Actually, it was oh, you don't have Netflix.
No.
It might be on Prime.
I hope so.
I don't know. I think one of them had it. I don't know. I've got the box sets. Yeah, more realistic grit, exactly, and political sort of arcs, and yeah, really, really cool, man. It makes it more real. Yeah, exactly. It's more realistic. It's not far-fetched. It just seems more realistic. Um, hey Joe, how are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's going
Good,
on?
good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Did you ever watch Battlestar Galactica the remake?
Not the remake, but I know of the series. My
Yeah,
older brothers watched it all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I fucking loved it, man. I thought it was awesome.
I didn't see the remake. No, I didn't. But I know of the show and how
Yeah.
iconic it is.
Oh yeah.
And when did it remake it? It wasn't like several years ago.
Yeah. Oh God. It's they ended this series. Oh my God. It's been a while. It's been a
Probably
long
like 10
time.
years, right?
At
Or
least
no,
10
it's
years.
been 90s, right? Like 1990s,
No, no,
maybe.
no, no. It was in the 2000s. Hold on, I'll tell you in a sec. Now you got me wondering here.
I know, because I remember the show when it came out, like hearing about it, how great it was, and I just
Let's
got it
see.
into it. But I actually never got into the original series as much as probably you guys did. So
It ran from 2004 to 2009.
okay,
And
yeah, I remember that when it was out. Yep,
it had
it was popular for that time period. Remember?
yeah, it only had 4 seasons, Alex.
Only 4. Okay.
Only 4, yeah.
So
But I'm
fucking-
Yeah,
I'm-
only 4 seasons, but the show itself, I'm surprised they haven't redone another one. You know,
well, it's really too bad because yeah, they should have brought more.
because they're always doing Star Trek and renew new ones of that.
You know, I what is it? This latest one that came out with what's it called again? Star Trek.
I saw a preview for it or something.
I watched the first
Origins or something. I don't know.
new Strange New Worlds.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
And I fucking loved it, man. You know what? It's amazing how they're able to make it feel like the original series, but modernized.
Yeah.
You know,
I like the sci-fi aspect of it, and going to different worlds and different things you never know what you'll encounter. I do like that part of it. So I think they're going that direction, like a Lost in Space kind of deal.
sort of like Lost in the Everglades, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that too. Yeah, I'm always lost down there.
Have you ever gotten lost down there?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten lost, not recently, but I've gotten lost out in the forest exploring around, not in the Everglades per se, but other places.
Yeah.
Gotten lost, but I got my way back. Obviously, I'm here with you right now. But
So what's your first plan of action when you get lost?
oh man, just to try to find the quickest route to where I got to get out.
Yeah.
Just instinct kicks in, and you got to get out. But that's the quickest. What you think about is just getting out. But people will tell you to stay still or stay where you're at, so people can come rescue you. But you feel like you can get out and do it yourself. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing like being lost in space.
Well, you definitely would get really lost because I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much out there. It's just like you can't even think of
You do.
the size of it.
Out there for sure. But you were just asking and getting lost. Like you're out there exploring. Everything looks the same around you, so you definitely can get lost. You just gotta make sure you keep track of where you're going. And but I remember the first time thinking I could look on my Google Maps,
Yeah.
on your phone. The terrain looks like I can walk through it, no problem.
Yeah.
It takes like 30 minutes, whatever, to get to where I gotta go. I can just walk right through this grassland. But you get out there and you realize it's all marshland, all swamps. You can't really walk through it. That kind of deal. And then the sun's setting, and you can't even see the ground where you're walking. There's alligators and snakes, and so you're just trying to get through that. So I remember that experience, one of the first times I exploring. That was pretty crazy.
Have you
Yeah.
ever had an encounter with an animal or reptile that you're like, ugh, this is kind of sketchy?
Yeah, some a few alligators for sure, and some snakes, some water moccasins. I just encountered one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I came right up on it. I was walking down this creek, and I didn't even see it. It was right by my foot, and it wasn't gonna move. Luckily, it just didn't attack me. I could have
What,
just.
the
I was
alligator?
inches from no a snake.
Oh, snake.
A venomous snake. That's correct. I got
Ooh.
photos and videos of it. So being that what I like to do, it was in its. It didn't attack me, so I stayed there and got my videos of it. But I was a little scared at first. But
Yeah.
several years ago, I would have been really, really scared because it comes with the experience. Like that first time I was talking about being lost out there. That's what it was like. Just not that fear of the unknown, not knowing how to deal with it. You guys talked about earlier on your show, I was watching urban exploration.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing too. Like I'm out in the swamps, in the woods, exploring abandoned stuff too, but more in a wooded setting, right? You don't know who could be out there. But in these urban places, you got all kinds of things you can encounter. So that's a whole other aspect to that. If you talk about getting into that, so be careful.
Yeah, I
don't know who you come across.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean,
people doing rituals and that kind of stuff. I've ran into some people recently doing that out in the forest. It was pretty crazy.
I'd love to bump into people doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I did that.
Yeah, you do.
I found the end result of somebody doing a ritual at old Pioneer Cemetery.
Interesting.
And
I mean, end result.
Well, I mean the gravestones were
aftermath.
not. Yeah, the aftermath was stones knocked over, and you had the candles on this burnt.
I've seen that too.
Yeah,
I've seen that too one time, dude. And there was a photo there of somebody, and they had like money underneath the photo. There was a whole ritual going on. So I was like, I'm not taking nothing like the money. I'm not going to be cursed.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to your story, I saw what you're saying, the residuals of some kind of ritual that gone on. It's interesting to come across that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because you never know, man.
You never know who's out there doing this stuff, right? So you're doing these urban explorations, and I was thinking about this when I was a very young kid, going in the abandoned houses, just doing crazy stuff, and I was like, wow, like I never thought about how much has evolved over the time doing this now, Oh, what happened to Steve?
Oh, you just stepped out. You had to go get something.
Oh, but yeah, Alex, I was saying that as a young kid, I remember just being out exploring these abandoned places, like old houses, whatever. And I just can't think nowadays, like going in there.
As a kid, you don't really think about those kind of things. You don't think of the repercussions when you're a kid, right?
That's true, but also we were doing some pretty crazy stuff in there. Like you talked about the Ouija boards earlier. Remember that? We took Ouija boards in there, all that stuff, and I just remember doing a lot of sort of stuff. It was interesting.
I've played the Ouija board at a cemetery when I was younger. Right.
Yeah.
Me and two other guys, rather. There's three of us in total. And we snuck into the cemetery in the middle of the night, and we picked a flat gravestone and we started playing.
Do you like to go to cemeteries now?
What's that?
Just explore. You like to go to cemeteries now?
Love cemeteries. Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love going for walks in the cemeteries because it's so peaceful and serene, right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's one of those things. If I ever get
people
a chance,
they think it's creepy, right? But I think it's peaceful, like you said, a lot of times.
Back in the day, and this is going back many years, and I can't say this is the same in the US, but it was like this here in Canada. Apparently, back in the day, I don't know if it was the 50s, 60s, there weren't as many parks as there are now, where people can go and have a picnic or stuff like that.
Yeah,
and people literally used to go to the cemetery to have a picnic and sit by their loved ones.
That's true. I read a story. I was exploring this ghost town, and there was a cemetery that's all that remains of the ghost town. And I found this old article, and that's what they talked about. They used to do back in the old days. They would have picnics at the by the cemetery, and baseball games and stuff like that. So it is cool to learn about that stuff. And I remember as a young child, just teenager, going out to these places, and I'm inspired by that still today. Although I look back on it, I'm like, wow, what was I thinking? Some of these things I was doing.
And that's just it. I mean, as a kid, you don't really think about the consequences of what you do. You just do it for the thrill of it. But as you get older, obviously that changes. hopefully for most people anyway. But you still have the odd individual, even as they're adults, quote unquote, they still do childish things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Steve, you'll see him out there at the cemetery messing around.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
conducting rituals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you come across some people here in Florida. We have in Ocala National Forest. You got the rainbow people. They live out there. There's a big whole lore about them. What are they doing out there? Bunch of hippies out in the forest living. There's all kinds of mysterious stuff people talk about. So I've come across some of those people too. So they live out there in the forest. It's interesting.
So-
One of the most interesting things I've come across by a cemetery is there was a river, and I was walking down by the river, and there was a canoe full of nuns going down the river. That was pretty crazy.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like nuns.
So tell me about these what are these rainbow people? What's this? What's that?
They just live freely out in the forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long have they been out there for, roughly?
It's generations, I
Really?
mean, I think I think their families come out and they just keep coming out, like gypsies almost. They just live out there. So I saw them all camped out one time. This past year, I did a bunch of them. They didn't bother me. They're pretty cool. I walk right by them.
Hey, there's that Florida Trailblazer guy. I think that not by cemetery, but I think that one of the weirdest things I saw when I was during this pandemic, whatever. I remember I was driving to work one morning, and this was early on in the pandemic, and there was a priest outside the sidewalk by the church, and he was like literally going like this to people as they're driving by,
As you're blessing them as you're going by.
What's he doing? Yeah.
Blessing
Oh
them.
yeah, really?
He's like, you're all doomed, but bless you. It's like, oh, I don't know.
I've seen those people too, like out in the streets with the megaphone, just talking.
Oh, yeah.
Signs.
Oh yeah.
That's everywhere. That's here too.
Oh, we got a guy who stands on the street corner by the traffic lights, and he's got this big black shirt on that says Jesus is coming, and he's got a big sign, Jesus is coming, Jesus loves you, he's coming back to save your soul, and that's all he's doing. He's just staying there, but he's a creepy looking dude, man. He's just creepy looking.
They're desperate. It's like these. I watched this documentary about this, where people have this feeling about, or they want this second coming to come, or this rebirth or destruction or judgment day, or whatever coming. They look for it. They look forward to it. You know what I mean? Like this guy you're talking about. He's like, it's coming. It's crazy.
And
if you look back in time, people have always had dates and years when it's going to happen. Then it never happens, right?
Yeah.
But people still believe, So it's very interesting. They're still out there in the corners though, preaching it, right? The end times are coming, man.
The Great Reset, it's called now, right?
Is it? I never heard that one.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The Great Reset.
Yeah,
I think I'm writing a book actually called that. I'm going to copyright that name. The Great.
Yeah. There's been a lot of people talking about this Great Reset.
Huh. Well, that's more. Is it religion based or just more overall everything? I don't know.
I think it's who knows with how,
like the Great Reset, if everything's changing, or just like if you believe in a certain
probably everything. I mean, when you look at you look at how the state of society is now. I mean, you look at financially, you look at inflation, you look at the price of things, and you look at unemployment, you look at this, and people are just saying, well, something is bound to burst.
Something's got to change. Something's got to give. Right?
And they're all talking about this great reset.
Yeah, just like prior to the pandemic, they were talking about how we're transitioning to an enlightened stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen
yet.
Well,
it's odd. I mean, I think it's different for everybody after the pandemic. We're still in it, but in a way, right? I mean, but it's different where everybody's at in the region of the world. Like you're still in full force of it, or you're just like nothing's happened. That's what I feel like.
Exactly.
So, like where I'm at, it's like nothing's happened. It's like, oh, everything's, it's like freedom. There's some places are still closed down. So definitely a lot of changes that happened during that time.
Yeah, but I mean now down there, Joe, is it pretty much back to normal now? With the odd exception.
I'd say on exception, yeah, back to normal. But yeah, certain areas are like they recommend you wear a mask, or they're vamping it up now because I guess cases are increasing. But
oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing in the news and all that. But down here, I mean, you wouldn't think nothing when you come here in Florida. Like everything is back to normal. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
But actually, I've been seeing this week, I saw more people wearing masks. I did see that in the stores and stuff like that. Like, this is odd. Like people wearing masks again, you know?
Maybe it's because of the monkeypox.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I got a case of them. I got to watch out, man. I'm quarantined in the studio here. So that's a big thing going on too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monkeypox thing. Well, it's like another thing to happen, right? After this COVID thing.
Well, I mean, and then you look at the kids with, what is it, hepatitis or what is it?
Hepatitis, yeah.
Yeah, there's like an upswing in hepatitis.
I read somewhere that it's kind of linked to this sort of to these strawberries apparently that had to be recalled. That they had some kind of
strawberries.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, they grow them here in Florida. I'm concerned now. You talking about
this? Who knows?
And I drink strawberry. I like strawberry stuff. So,
I haven't eaten much strawberries lately, so I'm fine.
But
it's been kids though, hasn't it? Like it's probably something like something kid related, some food kid related.
It could be kid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how legitimate this is, or but that's what they're linking it to, tentatively or tenuously rather.
Yeah.
It's not, a given yet, but hey, whatever.
Oh, see, my place is fucking haunted. My light just turned off.
Dude,
did you see that?
I was gonna say, I've had some weird stuff going on in my house too, like random things, like little things, like the door will open when I shut it. Like, just weird things like that. Like I know I shut the door, but like hours later it's open. That kind of thing.
Yeah, the only weird thing in my house is that I keep hearing flatulence.
Yeah, I know a lot of weird things going on in your place, man. I've been hearing on the internet.
Mine or your Alex's? Yeah, Alex's. His is notorious.
Yeah,
it's the second coming of the burrito.
Yeah,
it was cool. I was out doing a hike. I think I might have told you guys, but I ran into a guy doing the EVP stuff with his audio. Yeah, that was so cool to get the audio experience real time, hearing the voices through that.
You played, or you forwarded me one of the clips. Yeah. It was pretty neat.
I saw his final video, and like after I had left, he stayed behind, and I guess he got a much more voices. So that was pretty cool. And I was like, man, that place must be haunted, or people down in there in that cave. So
it was a cave, right? So what's the story behind that cave?
It's just an ancient cave, thousands of years old, back out there in the forest, part of the formations of the land. Probably people lived down there in, ancient times. But I'm thinking people have just passed through there over the centuries. Who knows what happened, dude?
Oh, probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the voices he was getting were different names. Like, oh, I'm this, or I'm this, I'm this person. That kind of stuff. So
Alex can't escape the burritos.
Apparently not.
No. Oh God. Oh man.
But yeah, it was interesting to encounter that real time, like you guys talk about, and just see someone out there craft in their moments doing the thing, and pick up on some kind of activity. It was because we sat there for a while and nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, nothing's gonna happen. And then there was like those couple seconds where voices came through on that recorder thing, and it was like, wow. So just a little glimpses. So it got me intrigued. I was like, I want to go back out. I stay in touch with this guy, and he's pretty cool. We're trying to do another adventure soon, just so you guys know. I'm going to take him to a lost cemetery I've been trying to track down.
Oh, really?
No tombstones remain or nothing. Just all woods. So I know there's.
You'll have to break.
Yeah, I'll let you know, man.
You'll have to break out the ground penetrating radar.
That's the next step, because I went up there and I did all the mapping of it. I went out there and walked around and recorded all my tracks where I think the cemetery is. Yeah. And now I'm going to get the next people involved that do that kind of stuff, the GPR.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And but in the meantime, I'm going to take this guy up there. We're going to do this. I'm going to try to get the voice recording thing going. Pick up some stuff.
See, that's what we were doing with DeForest Pioneer Cemetery in the beginning. Because it was, although the city owned it, they weren't looking after it. So it laid in ruins for years. And when we first got to it, repent, you heathen cabal. Terry, how are you? How are you, Terry? Good to see you, Terry. In the beginning with DeForest, I mean, you'd go up there and there's like little left. I mean, you had an iron wrought family plot that only had one stone in it, and you had the odd stone, and then you had the stones laying flat, broken up against the fence, and there was an area that was all bushed off, and there was like literally when they cleared it away, when they renovated the cemetery finally years later, they found like literally like 10 to 20 new plots that had been hiding for years. You know, yeah, it's a neat place, man. Really neat.
That's amazing. I've had the same experiences in some ways, where new graves were uncovered, and it's so cool to just have that happen. And that history would have been lost if it wasn't for you. You know what I mean? Being out there, so that's cool. And but the whole paranormal aspect of it's interesting. You know,
well, I think that the paranormal aspect of it sort of brought a new sort of existence to
awareness to it,
existence, whatever. It just some of the stuff that we captured and have archived from that place is just phenomenal. It's just like, wow, how do you explain this?
Yeah.
You know, like just some of the stuff was just mind-boggling. It was chilling. It's
like a rabbit hole. You go down this history rabbit hole, right? Like you're uncovering all this stuff. And
well, you'd go there some nights, and we'd always go very, very early in the morning, you know, about 1 o'clock in the morning, when it was very quiet, and you have a better control over the environment. And you literally hear what we would call ghost chatter. It sounded like a whole bunch of people talking and just like, and you're like, what the fuck are they saying? You know, I can't make out what they're saying, but they're saying something, but what?
Interesting.
You know,
sometimes I'll hear just random stuff and like a random voice here and there, like, what is that? Or it just goes away. Like, you know, you heard something, but it's not there. But it's like you're talking about. But this whole going there, like that time of night, maybe that's a whole nother thing too.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, people.
I've been at these cemeteries during the day. You don't hear that kind of stuff so much.
Well, I mean, during the day, you have a lot more going on, right?
Yeah.
I don't know so much in the forest, but you know, in that area where that particular cemetery is. It's very busy, very like it's even though it's in the middle of nowhere, there's a lot of traffic.
So at nighttime or early in the morning, like you said, you're not going to hear much. So that's
Nothing.
why you're wondering, like,
Nothing.
what is this sound?
You
You know,
you hear insects, bugs, you hear and you hear, coyotes in the distance every once in a while. And there was actually there was one night we were there, and I have the recording somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I have it somewhere of this like growl. It was so fucking loud, and I'm like, we're like, what the hell was that? It was blood curdling. It was like a growl,
wow.
like something very big. Okay, what the hell was that?
That is crazy, man.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're gonna, that is like, what is that? You know,
They're saying we've been trying to contact you about your extended warranty.
what?
Terry.
Oh, he's talking about the Cabal, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Be
Hey,
right back.
Yeah. Hey, famous potatoes. Oh man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Still haven't received my new membership card, Terry.
Yeah, it's I haven't received mine either.
Tisk.
Yeah. Once again, if anybody would like to join us, by all means, please do so. We'd love to chat with you and sort of get a different perspective or see what is interesting of late. Yeah. We were talking about divorce there. That's I mean, you've got do you have any loaded up at all?
For what, the forest?
Yeah.
Not loaded up. I can load it up though. I gotta see if I have any still. Hold on. I have one called The Forest Strange Noises.
That's the yeah, okay. Go ahead and play.
Let me see if I can find any other ones though before I do that.
Okay.
Oh, I found another one. It just says The Forest One.
Play it.
Okay.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
And that's the classic sort of EVP from DeForest. And what you're going to hear Chris, one of the guys in the group, talking, and then you're going to hear a woman respond, and then above the woman responding, you'll hear a what sounds like a voice above her voice at the same time. Go ahead, play it again.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
So again, you hear her respond, and then he sort of responds a little bit more further, and just as he is above his voice, you'll hear it. Go ahead.
The same one?
Yep.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
I mean, we've played that a million times, and most people sort of get the same thing being said out of that. And let me just say, it's chilling. It's chilling to think, a child or a little girl or whatever saying, "I'm cold" in a cemetery.
Will you play it one more time? I want to hear it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
We'll just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just make sure.
I heard it right there. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
But Did you plant that in my head? It's
Well,
but
I might have planted it in your head, and I'm sure I did. And and normally I don't do that, but I mean, I've played that for like a million times to a million people, and they all say the same thing, with the odd exception, obviously.
But when you hear it, you do hear that word, the
Yeah,
cold.
yeah,
The cold. You do hear it, Alf. So,
play
man,
it
very
again,
interesting, dude.
Alex. Play it again, Alex.
I'll check, go around and ask some questions and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay.
So just level to the ground like this.
Yeah, just
I'm
make
cold.
You know,
It's like a high pitch,
yeah,
right?
it's higher than the
Kind-
woman's voice, and it's like, you know,
That was I missed this part, but did you hear it in real time or playing it back?
playing it back. That's it.
Playing it back.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
other one. If
so-
you want me to play the other
Yeah.
one.
Okay, yeah. Play, and this one is again in the same the cemetery I was telling you about that I was talking about.
You're freaking me
Joe?
out.
Play this, and this is none of this was audible at the time. None of this was audible. All we could hear were crickets and ourselves and nothing else. There was nothing else going on while this play it.
Yep.
It's relaxing right there. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. But all that noise that you hear was non-existent, only in the playback.
Wow. So Al, what you just play is what you heard.
No, I didn't hear any of that. But yeah, in the audio, what was played, that's how we heard. That's it.
That's what I mean, like the
Yeah,
crickets and all that.
Yeah. Oh no, the crickets, all are everything that we could hear was just crickets.
That's what I meant. Yeah. So,
You know.
but when
and
you
again-
played it back, you heard this voice.
Well, no voices. It was just you know, the noises. It's kind of, to me, it sounds like a storm door on the side of a house being shut or opened, and you know, slamming up against the house. You know, walking on wood, like floorboards.
Yeah.
It's just really eerie.
It's really interesting that you
Yeah.
capture all that stuff.
Yeah,
And you have it archived now.
yeah, it's archived. Yeah, it's archived. Just like this guy. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, like a roller door on the back of a truck. Yeah, almost like, yeah, and yet there was nothing there. Nothing for miles.
And I've been out in the woods where I hear like a metal clanging sound or something like that. Nothing's out there. It's
Yeah.
bizarre sounds.
Well, let me see.
And,
Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up, and let me.
There was one time where I was by a river. I heard this like metal, like I can't describe it, like this loud banging metal. I was like, it can't be like anything out here that's making a sound.
Yeah,
But I was going down by the river anyway.
yeah.
So I made my way down there, right? Nothing down there. It's like, what is this? But I've talked to other people and they're telling me they're hearing different sounds like this. So
Well, tell me.
maybe you picked up on some dimension.
Maybe. Tell me
You
what
know.
you think of this.
Interesting.
So you hear people downstairs,
Yeah.
but what the camera was a walk around documentation of the house before going in and investigating it for the very first time. And what is happening is the camera guy is just stops and centers on this oil painting. Excuse me. Called cherry ripe. It's called, I believe, and it's after an old English song of the same name. And he centers on it, and then all of a sudden you start hearing what you heard. I mean, what did you hear, Joe?
Like voices in the background. I can hear people talking. That kind of thing.
Okay, hold on a sec. I'll play it one more time. Hold on.
I could hear like something in the background. Right there.
That's just talking downstairs.
Okay.
And this is the part here.
Like right there.
Hold on, you'll hear it again. Here.
I just heard it, yeah.
Right?
I could hear something there.
Terry's asking what did I use to record the audio? The audio is taken from the video, Terry. It was extracted from the video. Again, I was going through the footage because I was going to work on a documentary for the 10th anniversary of Spruce Lane. And I was going through the footage, and I stumbled upon this and went, wow, how did I miss this the first time?
That's incredible that you come back on this footage, reviewing it, and you hear this stuff and see it, and I'm excited about it that you got this.
Good day, mate.
Hello, mate.
How you doing?
Good, man. I'm just going to work this out. Oh my God.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Just trying to work out what my mic's doing.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear him, Alex?
Yep. I can hear him.
That last clip, the last part to me is like the real faint part. Where you're talking about.
The real faint part.
It's like a real faint.
What sounds like, and I don't want to force feed it to you again, man. But do you want me to play it for you again?
No, but I just
Ghostbusters, huh? Darren says he can hear a woman. I think, yeah.
Well, I can hear him singing,
yeah, singing, reciting a nursery rhyme.
Hey, might be a kid.
I think the problem with these clips is that you had the other voices going in the background.
Well, okay.
And then
so
what confuses me is that when I hear the other parts, I'm trying to decipher.
Okay, so Joe, here, look, watch. Okay, watch. Let me. Okay.
I'm just trying to be, accurate on this stuff.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Okay, so you're gonna hear people downstairs. Okay, that's people talking downstairs.
Yeah, so you hear that.
Right? And now you're hearing just above that, right with the camera, right there. Right? So when I extract the audio and boost the levels, you'll hear it even better. You'll hear the people talking downstairs. Right? So you got people downstairs, and then you got what sounds like somebody singing right there with the camera.
Sounds like a kid, like maybe playing with a doll. Like when kids play with the dolls, they sing to them, they talk to them.
Exactly. Like some sort of nursery rhyme. See, look, we're in trouble, guys. We're in big trouble here. The Pigeon Master. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Hey.
I'm great, all right?
So what are your thoughts, Tim? What did you hear?
Well, you heard a girl's voice. I'm not sure. To me, it was. I heard a voice, but it was inaudible. It was inaudible to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard to make out what exactly is going on, but it's
It was, this way. It was creepy.
very creepy, very
Yeah,
creepy.
definitely creepy.
Like I was trying
Well, I think that's what I
to,
said. It might be a young child.
yeah, like somebody said she might be singing in French, and I'm like, yeah, it does kind of sound like it might be French, but my French isn't up to par. So, I mean, I've taken it to some people, but
I need just want to know something. I don't know whether you asked the owner of the establishment where you were when you were doing, when you did investigation.
Mhm.
But is that picture an original painting?
no, it's a replica of a very famous painting called Cherry Ripe.
Okay.
And Cherry Ripe is it's taken from the English song Cherry Ripe. From the oh god, this we're talking the 1700s, I think, something like that. It's a very old song. And some of you guys in the UK might be familiar with it. I don't know. Maybe not. It's been fucking years.
And Alex actually has a replica painting of his on his wall.
Yeah.
Just
Alex,
kidding.
no, I wouldn't doubt it, man. And the kid is holding a burrito.
Yeah. So let me play one. Let me play one of my EVPs that I caught.
Yeah, play one of
Oh,
yours.
here we
And
go.
This is from the Psych Whippy Whippy
Yeah.
Psych. one.
Yeah.
Weepy Psych. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Ah.
What if anything did you guys hear?
Maybe bring the audio down a little because it
Yeah.
was like it was
It was loud.
Really,
Yeah.
it was really loud.
I heard
Hang on,
some screaming a little bit.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
like,
let you. Let me play one more time at
was-
lower level.
That was my eardrums, Joe.
Yeah, that was-
Is that you guys talking or like a woman mumbling?
there is a
something.
woman talking. Yes, but there's also another voice that's talking at the same time. Did you guys hear it? Do you want to play it again?
I heard a second voice, but I heard more of the woman at first.
Yeah,
But I can't figure out what they're saying.
No, her voice, and this is the ironic part because I was there in the room, obviously with her. I was doing the recording, and she was talking about something. It's Explore Norfolk. I can hear a woman and another woman. For me, it sounds like a man, the whisper, but yeah, there is a whispering at the same time that the woman's talking. You can't make out what my friend was saying because it was kind of echoing, but if you listen carefully while she's talking, you can also hear another voice. So I'm going to play it one more time.
So you hear that little bit near the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's throughout the recording.
Yeah, but you
But
really
it's
hear it near the end.
towards the end.
Yeah, more towards the end.
Yeah.
Maybe play it one more time, Alex.
All right.
Now, sort of tell them what the choppy audio is.
Okay. So this is a recording I took at an abandoned psychiatric hospital. And my friend Jen and I were walking on the second floor of the building. It was a complex of multiple buildings. We were in one building, second floor. We're walking down the hallway. And my friend stops when we get to the set of staircase, because she claimed she was sensitive, so she stopped for no reason at the staircase and said, "There's something down there." So I told her, "Don't worry, we'll go there later on. Let's just finish the floor." Right after the set of staircase, we went into the room on the same side as the staircase, which is on the right side. And that's when I took out my recorder and I started recording. Now she's going off about something I can't even remember. This is years ago. But she's mumbling, and that's the woman's voice you hear. When I went back home and I listened to the recording, and I kind of amplified it for my own purposes, when she was talking and the whispering was happening, the one clear word that I could make out was the word downstairs, which is ironic because, like I said, my friend Jen stopped at the staircase prior to that room and said, "There's something down there." That building we were in also housed the morgue for the complex in the basement. So we're kind of thinking that the voice saying everybody who's still here is downstairs. But I'm going to play it one more time and see if that's what you guys can make out. Did you guys hear it?
Tots,
Tim heard it.
did you hear it?
It's really hard to make it out though, but there is definitely a voice there.
Yeah.
No.
I got this other one that's the voice is very clear on this one.
Is that the one from the office building thingy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just give it one quick play and then I'll explain what it is.
Yep.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
So unfortunately, this one is it's not in stereo. It's only in one side. So let me play one more time here.
Tell us your name.
So you guys all heard that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's inaudible. But there is something there though. You know what I mean?
There is definitely something there.
This is Michael.
So yeah,
Microphone.
Crazy
Maybe
John said you need. Yeah, Crazy John says you need to filter. Yeah, I do. I don't know how to do it, John. Unfortunately, but I'll give you the gist of what happened in that recording. A friend of mine had an office at this old building in Toronto. It used to be a textile factory. It got converted into office spaces, and he kept telling me that he kept experiencing something weird in the hallway towards where the washroom area is. So one night we went there after hours, and we're going through doing our stuff, and where we captured the recording was right by the washroom area where he said he kept feeling something weird. And the voice you hear, the man you hear saying, "Tell us your name," that's the guy who had the office in that building. He was the one who's holding the recorder. The beeping is my EMF meter that is going off. The needle was all the way to the right. And as soon as he said, "Tell us your name," and just before the response, the beeping stops. Now I'm not moving. I'm staying stationary. As soon as he says, "Tell us your name," the needle went from all the way to the right to 0. And then the response came. So I'll play it one more time just so you guys hear the beeping and whatnot. So that's what you hear, the beeping is the EMF meter.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
It's just funny how it just stopped beeping just before the response.
So what do you think when you hear this stuff? I mean, what do you come away with it mentally?
Like it's as far as what it's saying?
As far as how you feel about it, like you just feel like what happened here? What am I thinking?
That's one of those things. I mean, this is one of the first. Okay, the asylum one. The first one I played was one of the very first EVPs I captured. This one was probably 1/3 or 4th, whatever, but one of the better ones. Unfortunately, the audio is not that great, but it's interesting. I don't know. I don't really know what to think, to be honest with you. I don't know. There's a lot of theories out there as far as EVPs are concerned. There's theories that you're capturing stray radio signals. I'm not
like residual energy.
Yeah, well, I'm not convinced about the stray radio signals, because if that were the case, you'd have a lot more Number one, I'd get a
Yeah.
lot more, and I haven't gotten that many. You know what I mean?
So
I-
if I'm not just recording a video at a cemetery or old place, right? And if I don't have the technology that you have, or just regular camera, should I ask questions?
No,
and
you,
come
you
home.
no, you know. What I find, it's always nice to ask questions, but what I find is when you're talking normally is when they interject.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
feel like
best.
I feel like it's forced, right? Because when I was with that guy I talked about earlier, I feel like sometimes we're kind of forcing it. Like, let's ask questions, let's get it out,
Yeah,
And I feel like that it doesn't work.
Alex, I sent you a couple more. Emailed a couple more to you. I don't know.
Jesus, how many you got?
Do you? Oh, I got a shitload. Do you have the Waverly Hill one? Waverly Heroes?
I might.
Do you
Hang
feel
on.
like these guys, these spirits are following you back home? Are you concerned?
No.
Hey, Tim, where did Obi-Wan go?
Oh, he's up on the shelf here. Up on top of the.
Did you-
I've got another one.
Alex, Obi-Wan's is Black Crow.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan's is Black Crow. That's cool, man.
Oh boy.
I got another one as well now. Another little baby, a baby one though. Really, really small. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And, yes.
So-
Some girl in town found him. So there we go.
Steve, I do have the one that says Waverly, Leanne, and Rob.
Yeah. Play Rob's first, and then play Leanne's.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
So what you're hearing is one of the guys. Okay, this is Waverly Hills Sanitarium in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and what you're hearing is one of the guys asking Timmy, who is thought to be one of the spirits, if you will, there, who knows, whatever.
Fuck, I'm a
Whatever.
spirit.
Yeah. And one of the kids that passed away in Waverly Hills, but anyways, asking him, and he's thought to play with toys and everything else if you bring him in there, and he's asking him, Timmy, can you bring me the ball? And as soon as he asks the
My ball.
question, all of a sudden you hear, and Tim, what did you hear, Tim?
I thought, it's my ball. No, it's my ball.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Play it again, Alex.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Now play Leanne's. Now this is taken. There was two recorders going at the same time. This is taken from another recorder, and it sort of gives you a different perspective on that same EVP.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
Now in this one, you hear the original, response, and then you hear something else, sort of whispering, if you will, almost like there's a secondary voice. Play it again.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
could any
Right there. I heard it.
What did you hear?
Go back. Just play it one more time, just so I can confirm it. But I heard something right there.
Okay.
I
Did you
can't.
bring that tennis ball to us?
could any
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm confused on that because I hear something there, but I can't say what it's saying.
It's hissy, isn't it? It's very hissy.
Well, the
Yeah.
second part of it is play. Alex, play Rob again.
Because I don't want to say how I heard this because then I persuade everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to say
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
could anybody please make a noise?
It's crazy.
My ball, let's play.
But you guys do hear something, right?
Yeah.
I
What-
do.
what-
I just can't say like
Audible,
I can't
like,
say verbatim what I'm hearing.
it's not
The
to
ball?
understand what's being said.
Yeah, I hear my ball. I hear my ball.
There is
And
definitely
now
a
I
tone.
said, let's play.
I
That's
wanted to
fine.
say ball. I wanted to say ball, but I didn't want to suggest it. You know.
That's definitely my ball. The kid, like a kid responds and says, "That's my ball. That's my ball."
But it's real fast, History Hunter, because I heard that same thing, but it's so fast. I didn't want to say that. Well,
Mate, when you
that
when
way
you got
guys-
when you got kids though, when you got kids, when you ask them something,
play
I
that
said,
part right there again, because
no, like they do that. That's how they respond.
Now let's play that part. Now that we talked about it, play that part.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Right there.
Could anybody please make a
So
noise?
so you hear
But he's like- but-
yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're that hissy sort of part.
But the hissy part in the
It's
beginning.
my ball. But
In the
before-
beginning.
before that, do you not hear? And I don't want to say it, but Alex, play it again.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Now,
Right there
I-
sounds
Anybody
like it's-
please
yeah.
make a noise.
Something's different.
you hear, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to suggest something here, and I don't want to do this, but we're gonna speed the process up a little bit. Are you guys hearing the first phrase? There isn't one, and then all of a sudden, in the hissy sort of, you hear, "It's my ball." Play it again, Alex.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Now
There
play
isn't one here.
play Leanne's again.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
Now, again, you don't really hear the first sort of phrase as well as in the first recording, but you hear the second sort of secondary is more pronounced than in the first one.
I got the Spruce Lane one as well. If you want me to play that.
Sure, play it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Darren says, please make a noise. That please make a noise is one of the ladies that was there. That's just somebody talking.
So you didn't hear this real time?
No. And
Wow.
I'll tell you something else. And it's on my personal YouTube channel. As that was playing out, in another room, we had a big rubber ball sitting on a quarter in a chalk circle, and
Wow.
surrounded by three cameras watching it, man. And all of a sudden, that fucking ball drops down from the corner and starts rolling in a playful manner, slightly, and then all of a sudden, it fucking stops when people walk by, starts up again. And then when we came back to that room, the ball was sitting on the corner again.
Incredible experiences
It was fucked
that you
up.
guys are having, and the shows that you're producing.
It's incredible.
I mean, just to sit here with you guys tonight and go through these experiences, incredible. But you come away thinking, that's like I asked you earlier, how do you feel personally? Like, what do you come away from? Like what's out there? It's like,
anybody's guess, Joe.
Yeah.
like
anybody's
but you're
guess.
you're an investigator. You know,
Yeah.
you guys are investigating.
I investigate outside the box. Okay.
Yeah.
Most people, and I do take science along with me. I do believe science
You do. I can tell that about you guys.
explains a lot, but it doesn't explain everything.
Yeah.
You got to remember, science is fallible.
I
and,
found that Alex is in disbelief a lot of times in some of his clips.
Well, you know what? I think
You know.
Alex is like me. When you've done this so many years, you start to create your a hard shell.
Yeah.
So how do you guys is this a I mean, every day you guys are thinking about this passion. Like, how hardcore are you into this? I mean, is this
I've
just wanna-
kind of lost interest to some degree, not completely, just because.
But
not
do you
so
feel like
much-
you're on a mission to
No, it was a personal mission for me as far as the paranormal is concerned. It's not necessarily for me wanting to go up to prove to the world that the paranormal exists or ghosts exist
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. It's more personal than that. But I don't know if losing interest is the right term, but I've gotten sort of I don't know, Steve. I know you know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the word right now.
Desensitized.
He's in stall mode.
Yeah, well,
Well,
maybe
we all through
maybe
that, you know,
disgruntled.
it's-
Maybe disgruntled is a fair term.
Well, it's true, because I mean, when you see a lot of the shit that's out
Yeah.
there now, it makes you disgruntled. There's a lot of garbage out there, a lot of shit out there.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. But you know, I mean, you can't do anything to stop it. It's like
But you
anything
can't
else.
be discouraged because it's what
Oh,
what you
I'm
guys
not. I'm not discouraged at all. I know what I do. I do it. And what I present to people is as it's not fucked with. It's not faked. It's not whatever else.
Yeah,
It's
I can tell.
if I got something, I'm gonna play it for you. I want you to tell me what you think.
Now, History Hunter and Captain Jack, History Hunter, what are you doing down there? What kind of stuff are you getting into?
Oh, urban exploration. Yeah. I do urban exploration. So
That's
sort of
cool.
like
I mean,
history. Yeah, going
that's
to
cool.
like asylums and abandoned buildings, and yeah, you see some crazy stuff you can't explain.
So Steve was talking about doing urban exploration earlier.
Yep.
So do you do that? Like urban,
Yep,
like
yep.
going into old buildings and
Yeah, get derelict buildings, abandoned
Cool.
mines, asylums.
wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
And you know, sorry, history. I forget what is it, Luke or Dan? I can't remember.
Dan.
Dan, that's right. And you know, we'll have to have you on the show then. And then
You're down in Australia, right, man?
Yeah, he's in
Yep,
Australia.
yep,
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing, dude.
On the East
Well-
Coast, yep.
We'll have to have you on to talk about some urban exploration, because I want to do a
Down
show.
there, so it's
I
gonna
wanna
be so
do a show,
different down
man.
there.
Hmm?
Yeah,
It's a
I
lot
can see
harder to invest.
I
Go
can
ahead,
say
Joe.
you guys doing a show together. I was gonna say down where you're at is so different than everywhere I've ever seen, as far as urban exploration. You know,
Yeah, well, like we got like a lot of a lot happens in our history. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know, between the indigenous people, a lot of people got attacked and vice versa. So there's a lot of places you go to, a lot of strange things happen.
So you got a YouTube channel, or how do you
Yes,
record
I
your
do.
adventures?
Yeah, so I've got History Hunter Down Under. It's a YouTube channel. I record I've got like a GoPro 360 and all the rest of it. So
Cool, awesome.
yeah, so sort of when you have the 360 camera, it sees what you don't see. You know what I mean? Like there's things like it's recording in 360, so you can be looking forward, saying something, and something behind you can do something.
Wow.
You know,
So, I mean-
and it's always
What I like about what Steve and Alex, the documentary, do the podcasting, and just the whole creative aspect of it, and it's good to see you into that. Captain Jack, what are you doing, man? Talk to me.
Tim's the pigeon master.
I look after loads of pigeons. I do, Joe.
He's the
Basically,
Birdman of Alcatraz.
But you know what, Joe, Tim's got a really cool. Tim, did you want to tell him about your encounter there, your experience that you had?
I had
Oh,
about probably about 20 years ago now, thinking about it, and we used to go off in the car, you know, a bunch of my friends and all the rest of it. You know, you go get a bit of weed and all the rest of it, go and smoke it, like, you know what I mean. Sat up on top of a mountain in Wales, in Britain,
hell yeah.
and we were sat up there anyway, and my mate noticed this light, and it was very bright. It wasn't like a star or anything like that. It came out basically through the atmosphere, straight down, right in front of us, and it was just hovering there. And my mate freaked out. The guy was driving, and he freaked out. And what it was, we was on top of this mountain. It's called the Blorenge. And we drove. He just spun the car around, drove straight back down the country lane, because it's like a very thin, you know, like road. And this thing followed us all the way down. And it wasn't a helicopter. We could tell it wasn't a helicopter. There was just no way. You know what I mean? And it was so low to the treetop. And like literally we could see it. And it was just this bright orb.
Could you hear like a sound?
Humming noise, but not like a helicopter hum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know you got like you get these, of course, helicopter like this military stuff.
That's amazing. I mean, are you freaked out, dude, or like, what happened, man? I mean, did you stay there and just check it out? Or you get out of the area?
It was to the point where it was a bit terrifying, because it was like this thing was trying to match us. You know what I mean? My mate was doing like, I'm not being funny, like he was doing probably about 65 to 75 mile an hour down these country lanes, and these country
wow.
lanes very in Wales. They're very, you know, it's not like you know, you have a job to get like a Raptor, you know, like a Ford Raptor over in the States, because they're very wide. You know what I mean? You'd have a job to get one of them down these country lanes. That's how thin these roads are.
So when you went out there, you didn't expect to find this, right?
No,
you just like out.
It's not the only thing that's happened that I've seen. I've been at other places as well, like Cap Fen, which is it's a big mountain in Wales, and I went up there. A bunch of us, we were all you know, we went up there for a smoke, because back then
just chill out, whatever.
Back then over here, it's a bit of a taboo thing, and the government doesn't like it, and this, that, and the other, and you know.
So if I went out there right now, how would it be? Like trespassing or like fences up?
Oh no, nothing like that. It's you can just you know, wander around as much as you like.
Man, that's crazy. That'd be awesome to go out there and just explore around.
But it was like we saw this thing. We were up there and we saw this like this and it didn't look like, you know, people. The classic thing is flying saucers and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? On YouTube, obviously, and all the rest of it. But this thing didn't look anything like that.
Wow.
It was weird. It was like almost like scaffolding in the sky.
It's amazing the stories that you hear. I mean, the memories. Did you get footage of this? The photos?
I mean, but this was going back to when
Joe, I think Tim would be a millionaire if he had photos.
Yeah.
Wait, you are a millionaire, Tim.
But you know what though? I've run into people like him, and it's like they have so many stories, and they don't have they don't have the photos and videos to back it up. It's like
well, you know, it's That's a lot. Yeah, 9 out of 10 times. I mean,
Yeah.
and
But
even if
nowadays
you,
it's so commonplace, though, right? It's like you have
yeah, but even if you did have photos, how many people do you think would believe you?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing.
That's what.
But I believe his story. I believe his genuine. He really had a story. He's not making this up. I mean, why would you make it up, right?
I don't know reason to make it up. And the thing is it's like this. Well, a lot of you go on YouTube and you look at all these like UFO accounts and so that.
Yeah.
And sure, they've got like a bit of footage or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to prove that it's been put through some sort of video editing software. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Now, also too, people
with this spiel. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah. I mean, they want this attraction, this instant success of I discovered this, or I get the views, right? Here you are with your story. You have no videos, no photos, and you have your.
Once upon a time, I was dumb enough. I was dumb enough to go and watch Security Team 10.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody knows what everybody basically knows.
Now, Steve and Alex, I'm sure they got all kinds of stories, or they're like, oh, I heard this, but I got nothing to back it up, right? Or I saw this, or.
Well,
my problem with it, though, Joe, with the ufology scene now and this, that, and the other, it's like I saw what I saw, but I didn't get to hear it and all that. But then I watched stuff on YouTube, and it's like it's so obviously edited.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, I was in Florida here. They had the SpaceX launch last month, at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. So I was out just doing my run in the morning. I could see the launch in the sky. It was incredible. It looked like a UFO.
That's what I mean, man. It's like people will take.
I took photos, dude. I was like, what am I seeing? This
And
is
label
crazy.
it as UFO. You know what I mean?
But I took photos, videos. I was like, this is the most incredible sight. It was just a rocket going into the atmosphere, but I could see it from my distance from Matt in Florida. And later on that day, I checked the news reports, and it was just a SpaceX launch. But it's incredible.
But just think, people, and this is fucking how stupid people really are. People will take what they see in the sky, that launch, as you will, and they take pictures and video, and they'll go on YouTube and say, look at, a UFO or whatever else, without actually checking things out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Because I could have easily posted like a photo right away and said, hey, UFO. And then, but I waited a few hours to see what it was. Sorry.
Let me ask Dan. Okay,
before you guys get into it, I'm gonna take off because I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open.
Yeah, he's tired. He was up early today, so he's been true.
All right, man. Alex, man, I appreciate talking to you, man.
Take care, Alex, man.
Have a good night, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Dan, go ahead.
So I could share a couple of stories. Like we can see the International Space Station when it goes across the sky, because I do astrophotography. That's one of my hobbies. I do astrophotography, and occasionally you take a photograph and there's a big line going. Yeah, and at first I'm thinking, wow, am I seeing the UFO? Wow, So I sat there, research it, check the sky maps, see what's in the sky. Like if there's any polar police airplanes or any military things. And it was the International Space Station, so we get to actually see it. And certain times of the year, we can see it with the naked eye moving. So as it floats over, with a powerful telescope, you can actually zoom up and see it quite clearly. Not inside or anything, but obviously that's quite powerful. But talking about paranormal, so I used to do extra work with TVs and movies. So I used to do extra work. And both my father and I, my late father, who's passed away now, were both interested in it. And basically, I got my first gig after he passed away. Right, and here I am. The guy says, we'll take a photograph, right? So I took a photograph. I don't have it on my phone, but I'm willing to share it at a future time. I have this photograph at home. So I sat there, and then it wasn't until I got home, there's an orb there.
Mhm.
There's an orb over the top of my heart. So my dad always said to me, he goes, "That's where I'll be. I'll return to your heart. That's where love goes. When you die, it goes back to the person who loves you." And it wasn't until after that. So then I sat down again, investigating it more. Sat down. I wanted to zoom up and see what's this thing look like,
Mhm.
right? And like looked like my dad. I could see my dad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, like it wasn't like a perfect picture of him, but it was like a silhouette. I knew the shadow of his face.
Wow.
And I look very similar to my father. I look very similar to my father. And the day after his funeral, I was going to work. So I returned back to work, and I was just taking photographs in the train. I was a young guy, just taking photographs, you know. Anyway, I took a photograph, like sort of a side-on shot in the train.
Mhm.
And the reflection, my dad was looking back at me. The exact reflection of my dad was looking back at me.
Wow.
And I
So
cannot
pers-
explain that.
it's so personal because I go out.
Yeah, people think I faked that. Why would I
No,
fake it?
you did. Why would you
Yeah,
fake that? Dude? I mean,
exactly. Why would you fake
Do you know
something
what I mean?
like that?
Like it, for me, it was actually like a closure thing because like I missed him so much, and I was grieving. And it's basically he said, "You know what? I'm going to reveal myself like the best way I can. It's a reflection."
And this
And-
is
yeah.
something you discovered yourself, Dan. This is
That's right. No one told me.
Nobody told you anything. This is
Yeah.
something that you discovered yourself, and you have no absolute reason to fucking fake something like that. Yeah,
Well,
it's
Well,
ridiculous.
okay, so another thing, right? So the day he passed away, we all wanted to know, are you okay? So my dad was very much an Elvis, to the point where he actually changed his name to Elvis. Now,
Oh yeah.
my
Okay.
my oldest boy had a dream the night of his passing. He had a dream. I
Okay.
had a dream, and my brother had a dream. Now, my father was wearing an Elvis jumpsuit in each of those dreams, and there was a different color to each one of us.
Wow.
Mine was the blue, which is my favorite color. Red is my brother's favorite color, and the white one was my son's favorite color. And we all saw it in the color that he liked. And he sat there and just says, "I'm okay." We never discussed that previously until one day I turned and said to him, "I go, you know what? I had a dream." And he goes, "Let me guess, Pop was there?" I go, "Yeah, Dad was there." My brother goes, "No, you can't." He goes, "What, you lose mind control of me or something?" He goes, "Seriously, we had the same dream. All three of us.
Wow.
Separate, not even in the same dwelling."
That's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah,
That's
like, I don't have any proof. I just remember it. So, yeah, like I went and spoke to someone about it, and they said, "Your father's trying to make contact with you. He's just trying to make contact with you."
I mean, even if you did have proof, and this is how I look at this, Dan. You had a personal experience, and not yourself, but others, obviously similar,
Yeah.
and that's all that's all that matters. Now,
That's right.
and and I mean, when people provide proof, like they'll say, "Look, I got proof." Most people will discount it now. It's just it's that's how we've been so desensitized to all that shit now. It's ridiculous because of all the garbage that's out there now. Somebody comes forward with something authentic, and they would say, "Oh, that's bullshit. It's been forged. It's been edited. It's been whatever else." Right? It's so fucking ridiculous how it is. But
Well, yeah. I didn't make any money off it, so there was no financial gain. There was no bragging rights.
You
know what I mean? Like if I had walked up to my son and said, "Hey, you know what? I dreamt about Poppy last night, blah blah blah,"
yeah,
that would upset him. That would upset him if I was just going to fake it. You know what I mean? Because he likes to see things real.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. You had an experience, and that's
right.
To me that's enough. I mean,
yeah. I've never seen him again. So basically, that was just him probably saying goodbye. I'm okay. That's it. Get on with life. That's what he was about.
And like you said, there was closure there, right? There was closure.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. It was a shock.
Having this conversation because I've had this feeling about my family members. I explore so many old cemeteries. I feel I don't put the time and effort into my own family cemeteries or their paths. That kind of stuff.
What are you doing, Roma?
Crazy. It's And then my own dad, like you talk about your dad or whatever, and he's on his last days, so I don't know what's going on.
Where'd you go?
What?
It shows you your mortality, I guess. You know, it shows your
Yeah.
mortality. You know, you sort of when someone else talks about someone passing, you're like, oh, you know what? I really should, make that phone call. Or I really should
You're right.
make that time to answer the
I
phone.
can't do that. I can't do it. It's the mortality of it, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, it's true because like when someone sits and goes, like for instance, a friend of mine goes, you know what, my father passed away. Instantly, it just takes me back to when I lost my father. Instantly.
You know how I look at it, guys. And I look at it like this, and this is my part, the part of me that has been investigating this for as long as I've been doing this, and it's been a long time. I look at this outside the box, and I do believe that our physical vessel, our physical self may perish.
But
But
the energy.
our energy, our being transitions into a whole new existence. I really do believe that.
Why are you still you? Why are you still you from the moment you're a child? You're the same person inside, even when you grow to an old person, because that's the spirit inside. That's something inside of you that's always the same.
It's a
We're
proven
wiser, but our bodies change, but our insides don't.
Exactly. It's a proven fact that we are made up of energy. We're made up of frequencies. Our body has a frequency that our body has only. It interacts with the the surrounding environment and all the frequencies around us. If you look at the metaphysical world, you will see that not everything is physical. And humans are brought up from birth to believe that the only existence is our five senses, which is bullshit. There is so much more beyond our five senses that you'd be like wildly surprised.
I feel it. I feel there's more out there.
There's way more out there.
Well, I can't describe it because as you get older, you tap into it.
And that's the whole thing. You can't describe it because we're not there yet.
Well, what sense is intuition come under?
Yeah.
The stuff that History Hunter was talking about was a sort of aspect into that. He was tapping into his emotions.
Right? That's right. So basically, like I was low, and sometimes you have to stop and smell the roses, and when you smell them, like why is it that I can smell something like an aftershave, and it takes me back to my dad?
Yep.
It's not my dad.
I do that all the time. I do that all the time. I get a lot of visual memories, or I get a lot of stuff from the past flooding
flashback.
in.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. It's crazy.
Not those 70s ones, I heard.
Absolutely, Darren.
I feel like I'm reliving the past, but I feel like that people tell me that if you stay in the past, that in the present you won't survive. So I can't stay there.
Darren says, hold on, Joe. Hold on. Darren says, do you know, I think too much people on YouTube are mocking paranormal. The real things happen, but to many people are taking okay. But I get what you're saying. It's true. It's true because, like I said, there's a lot of bullshit out there now. A lot of bullshit out there. It's beyond commercialized now. It's a fucking joke.
Like this is the first time that this is it. What I've told this panel here, and obviously everyone that's watching, is the first time it's been aired on the internet.
Oh, really?
There's nothing on my channel.
Wow.
Dan, I want to thank you for sharing that.
That's
Dan.
why it's genuine.
Right, so no one outside of my immediate family knows what I've just said.
That's why it's
Yeah.
not fake, and that's why Steve's
That's right.
not on here trying to get
You know,
views and like, oh, let's fake this.
like
We
if I,
we weren't behind the scenes.
if I want to make money, I'll do explore a building or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Well,
seriously, you know, like,
it's funny, Dan, because I was going to ask you before you told us the story that you did. If you have ever had any weird incidents happen while you were exploring buildings or locations or
there's been
whatever
a
else.
few, but okay, I can tell you one instance, and this is no
Sure.
word of a lie.
Yeah.
My brother and I haven't got much time, but I'll share what I can. My brother and I were driving home. I can't remember what we were driving home from, but we were driving, and then there was a fog. There was a fog, like a mist, and we were driving, and an old couple walked in front of my brother's car. We hit them, right? And we kept on driving, and my brother just goes, "Oh my God, seriously!" Hit the brakes. And as soon as we could, we made a legal turn. Yes, it was illegal because we thought we hit somebody. There was no blood, anything. So we honestly thought we ran into an old couple. By the time we went back, we're talking seconds. We're talking, if not minutes, right? We went back. The fog was gone. There was nothing there. Nothing. So further investigation was there was a retirement village to the left that I had no knowledge of it being there. No knowledge whatsoever. Driven past it all the time, never knew what was there.
Wow.
So and the fog was gone. So they used the fog to transport themselves across the road, I believe. You know, there's things, you know, there's things that we don't know. Like my late father, he went and saw Fisher's Ghost. Now, if you ever want to look up on Google Fisher's Ghost, there's a guy named Fisher that was out Campbelltown that died. Now, it became very commercialized. So to the point now that no one sees Fisher's Ghost anymore because it's all hyped up. They have festivals about it. There's too much light. There's too much energy. Now, they need energy to contact us. But if you're giving them the wrong type of energy, I'm like anything. If you overpower me, I'm going to get fearful and go, wow, hang on, buddies, back off. Same them. I believe they're the same. They were human. Let's face facts at one stage.
You know, and again, you got to remember when you have that too much energy bit that you're talking about, Dan, that too much energy, most people aren't paying attention to the important energy, if you will. They've got so much going on that what's happening, it doesn't matter. You know, it's totally overlooked. And again, like I said, there's so much shit out there now. Like, you know, there's a guy, you know, I brought this up a few times. There's a guy in Scotland. Yeah. There's a guy in Scotland who records videos from his bedroom and in night vision. And literally he will sit there and talk to orbs. And these orbs are fucking dust orbs.
It's crazy.
You know, circulating through air currents and whatever else because night vision will pick them up. And he has he's got names for each one of these dust orbs.
Yeah.
And he's talking to them like they are spirits of dead deceased loved ones. And I'm sorry. I have a hard time with that because it's not fucking real.
Maybe he finds a sort of relief in that, you know.
He might, but like I said, that's fine and dandy. But when you're promoting it as
I never heard of something like that. That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is.
I mean, because he probably obsesses about it. Like he names them, and will this orb show up tonight? You know, or this certain, right? You know, what's going on, Clay? You know, you got Jack Pigeons over here. You got some birds.
That's Obi-Wan. That's his. That's R2. Okay, Obi-Wan's on the cage, right?
Well, yeah, he's up on the cage here.
Okay, and these are
wow, that's beautiful.
They're jackdaws, not crows or ravens. They're jackdaws.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the thing is, it's like
I want to pet it.
Over here, they're very how can I put it? It's like one of the most, the numbers of the birds are quite large, and the thing is, it's like you get a lot of fledglings that come out the nest. Too
Uh,
early.
Absolutely. Sorry, Tim. Absolutely, Explorer. Is it Gareth? I think your name's Gareth, right? Explorer Norfolk. I believe your name is Gareth, right? You know what? I absolutely agree. You never used to get orbs, and I think the orb revolution happened when the digital point and shoot camera came. Oh, Ollie, sorry, Ollie.
Right?
It was the digital point and shoot that
because it's such an easy thing to pick up on a camera. It's just about lighting and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Ollie's right there. I agree. It was the evolution of the digital point and shoot cameras that came out, and that's when you see the extreme amounts of orbs in photos and shit like that. But you know what? You got to blame shows like coast to coast with Art Bell.
I like that one. What are you talking about?
I fucking loved Art Bell. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? You got to remember he was an entertainer too, man. I mean, he was a damn good one.
Dude,
he was a fucking pioneer.
He was the master.
You know what I mean? Maybe 30% of the stuff that was pumped out through there. You know,
people that call it in the show was crazy, not him, right?
Well, that's the thing, and he would entertain it because he knew.
David Wilcock and all the rest of it on there, and all. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah, right.
Yeah, good old.
But you believe the people that call in because it was like a sincere, like, what's going on? You know, like there was, it was something different back then. I can't describe it.
Well, Art was the master of he was the master at interviewing a person, a guest. He was the master of it.
Yeah, I mean, people call in about all different topics, and it was scientific too. I mean, they would break it down. I mean, it was like, it was just different for radio shows back then. It was different.
Oh, it was great. I mean, there was nothing like it.
I remember I have fond memories of just driving home at midnights and listening to his show and like AM radio and stuff.
I used to work midnights, and that's all I'd listen to. I'd listen to Coast with Art Bell, and I'll tell you, man, when George Norrie started to come in there, I fucking couldn't stand it. I hated that. I hate that guy. Can't stand him. George Norrie. He just drove me nuts.
But I think the topics were ahead of the time. I mean,
they were. I mean, you gotta think there was a lot of shit that came out of Coast to Coast, like when Art was doing it, stuff like rods. I mean, nobody fucking orbs. Nobody knew this shit before. There was a lot of stuff that came out of that show that people like, what? Are you serious? No fucking way.
It was cool. It was a dive into a different world.
Yeah, and I mean, Art basically, like him, left it up to you to believe it or not. He didn't tell you to believe it. It's like, here, I'm providing you with something.
I'm just a host.
I'm just the host. You tell me if you believe it or not. Right?
Yeah.
And he'd probably tell you 9 out of 10 times it was all bullshit. A lot of it was bullshit.
When he smelled bullshit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he had people on there, and it was like you could tell he was just winding them up.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the most notorious moments on Coast to Coast was when he had that live phone call from that
idiot
employee of Area 51 from a phone booth who was on the run and saying, "I have to be quick, Art. They're after me. What you're hearing is a lie, Art. There's really shit going on." And he's telling you what people want to hear, and
nowadays you just broadcast that like instantly on your
well,
phone. You know what I mean?
it turned out that guy was a comedian from California.
Comedian.
Man.
He was a
So
comedian.
we were so gullible back then, if you think about it, right?
Oh, because it sounded so real. It sounded so fucking real, and Art played into it.
Was he sincere that he thought it was real or just entertainment?
Who, Art?
Yeah.
Oh, Art played. He played along with it because he knew it made good for good entertainment. He knew it.
Yeah, that's true.
But did he know he was going to get that phone call? I don't know, because you got to remember he wasn't screening calls back then. He never screened calls.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, George Snorri used to screen calls, or he screened calls.
Used to have some real nutcases on the knee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like his old buddy JC.
What the fuck are these people taking? Like, you know what I mean?
It was just a cool, iconic show, man.
Oh, fuck. There was nothing like it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing on late night radio like it. And that's why people loved it.
I mean, you could be driving down like a country desolate road and tune in on AM radio and hear this guy talking about this stuff, and it was amazing,
Darren asks, do you think we landed on the moon? I mean, obviously that's a huge conspiracy theory.
You son of a bitch. I'm just kidding.
where like there are people that believe that we didn't land on the moon. And that in fact it was Stanley Kubrick who filmed it for Warner Brothers on the Warner Brothers studio set. The whole thing. I mean, there's lots of theories as to what actually happened.
I was just watching a documentary about this. They're talking about how the astronauts are so disrespected about how they didn't land on the moon, and this and that. But look, let's talk about the facts here.
I mean, but Joe, what are the facts? I mean, we are led to believe, and look at, I'm not going to say I believe or don't believe, but what I'm saying is we were back then, we were led to believe something happened through the media, and we got to remember we have to trust the media.
Looking back now in 2022, you do have to think about this, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, back then it was so easy to manipulate everybody.
Exactly.
Nowadays you can't get away with that kind of stuff. In
a way.
I
don't know. I think people are still still get away with it.
They do, but not. But in a way, it was kind of the beginning of it, right? I mean,
what do you think, Tim? Do you think the U.S. landed on the moon?
I do, but I don't think that the photos that they presented to us really, were real, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seen like pictures of Von Braun walking across the moon, escape with rehearsals, you know what I mean? Because they rehearsals for it, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Darren says, I think if we did, we would have a space station on it.
Yeah, by now we would for sure.
Hey, yeah.
Budget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why have we not gone back?
We're gonna find out soon with all this tourism going on, the space tourism and all that.
Well, yeah.
We're gonna find out. They're so that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm banking on.
The thing is, I look at the moon. Like I got a decent enough camera. I got like a P1000, so I can see the moon pretty well. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the moon, and I don't really see anything on the.
Well, it's underneath the moon. It's under.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really, it's really weird, guys. And let's take this into perspective here.
Also, the Soviet.
If we visited the moon or not doesn't matter. But when we look at that damn fucking thing in the sky, it brings you the perspective that wow,
Yeah.
there is things much larger than us here on the earth, and it,
You do feel that when you see the full moon.
when
like
you
talked
look at that moon, you're just in awe that wow, this is huge ball, this huge planet like moon, whatever, is sitting in our orbit and has been there for years, and we're fucking,
Fire on the Russian photographs when they went round with their orbiter.
I think I seen them. I'm not sure.
The one with the tower.
Oh yeah. I saw them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of shit. A lot, like I seen some video footage apparently taken by one of the astronauts, flyby, and you could see what looks like an abandoned city.
Why can't we see detail maps on Google?
Well,
Google
is it? Yeah. I've never really explored Google Moon. Is it pretty cool?
What? No, I never did. I never heard of such a thing. But I just think
I thought they were doing that, or they had done that.
No, we have Google Earth, but I just
no, I know Google Earth, but I thought they were doing that. Google was going to do that, or they had.
I want to see, because you think by now we would have that kind of access to satellite images and all that kind of stuff.
Ollie says, how the hell do they expect to go to Mars and build on it when they haven't even practiced on the moon? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's something behind that too, like he said. Because why would we go out that far and not go to the moon?
I get it that we hey Sab, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. I really do get it. We like to explore. We're explorers, and we want to go as far as we can to these planets and whatnot. But I mean, realistically, Ollie hits the point right there. Look at we need to sort of practice. We need to have a stepping stone, if you will, to make it further. And the moon is the perfect stepping stone, and I don't understand why we have not done that.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Sure, we're making a fucking space station in fucking space, but why don't they do it on the moon?
It's fair. Yeah, I don't understand either. I don't get it.
It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense.
It's one of those topics you have to keep open because there's other stuff going on we don't know about.
Unless somebody has told us, we don't want to hear.
Well, that's the thing, and that's the other side of the coin, right? I mean, the other side of the coin is unless they don't want us to know something.
That's what I'm thinking. After all these years,
why not? You sit there and say, what don't they want us to know? Is there a connection between Mars, the moon, and Earth?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
You never know.
All that shit, didn't they? You know what I mean?
You never know. I mean, you hear all sorts of historical tidbits about, I
just find it interesting how we're so quick to go into space tourism right now. We haven't even gone back to the moon, all that kind of stuff. Just like, let's go right into it.
It's all the thing is with that space tourism thing. It's all not even that, it's upper Earth atmosphere. And that's about it. It's not outer Earth atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Really, you know what I mean? It's like when you see video footage from a U-2 spy plane. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. That's
I think we're seeing too, like concepts of people what they want to do, like space hotels, what they think they can do, but they can't do it right now. So that's what we're seeing too.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot more obviously a lot more technology out there that that they're obviously hiding. I think we have technology to do a lot of shit here, but have they been doing it? Who the
Yeah,
fuck
well, they've
knows?
been.
Because they're
I
not
think they've
telling
been.
us.
They have been doing it. They know what's going on, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of rolling it out as it comes.
They
In
roll with the
phases.
punches.
No, well, like in phases, right? To build up society to get used to it, to accept it, right? With everything else.
Yeah, very true.
Am I going off the cuff here, though?
No, God, no. You know what, Joe? This is all about going off the cuff. Tim, what time you got there in the UK?
Yeah, well, I've
He's
been paying more attention to my bottle of Malbec. 4:25.
Wow, 4:25 in the UK. And one of these days I'm going to get you to play your keyboard again. You know that, right?
The good thing about this show is it's like international. It's
well, of course.
Yeah. Everybody is from different parts of the world here.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Different opinions and perceptions, and
always.
I just want to say I'm thankful for you guys doing this show because it's an outlet for everybody.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it, and it's always been the whole point of this show.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I feel so free to talk about everything on this show.
I mean, we have our scheduled shows, like I said, but we do like having these open discussions because we love to hear from everybody. We love to hear your perspective, and I think some of the best discussions come out of these open discussions on whatever, because they morph and they go into directions that nobody will know, and some of the greatest discussions come out of it. I do believe that.
We've had our shows, man. I appreciate your last season having me on your episodes. Appreciate it so much. And but it was kind of like we're talking about what I'm doing, right? But this is like a more free form, just talking about everything else.
Well, that's the whole point, yeah.
I appreciate that because I feel lately so limited. I can't talk about that kind of stuff because everything in the world right now,
Joe,
like we used to,
Joe,
what I do is I stay in my lane and I stay in my box.
Like I said, you're always more than welcome to come on when we're doing this. You're always.
But you say that, and I feel that you're free to do that. But I feel personally, with everything going on, it's hard to have that freedom right now to
talk about what you want to talk about.
I guess so.
We have no restrictions. Like I said,
no, but not you guys, but just the world in general.
Yeah, the world in general is pretty fucked up.
It's so different.
It is. And I mean, YouTube is cracking down a lot of shit.
But I appreciate you guys persevering and keeping up the open topics,
Well, you have to, man. I mean, there's, like I said, everybody's got something interesting about themselves that everybody has something to add to the conversation.
Yeah.
And like I said,
you're so free, you're so open-minded.
With our show, like I said, I've always wanted to bring in stuff that nobody else does. All right, like I mean, I want to bring in, like I said, I'd like to bring my buddy back from my buddy Sharif from Singapore on the show to talk about what he's fucking doing over there.
That's cool.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I find that interesting that a guy from Singapore, and you figure what time it is there. I mean, we normally start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, which is what 2 a.m. in the UK. You figure what time's it in Singapore? It's probably like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, right? It's Singapore.
That's the thing too. It's like you find yourself inspired to just keep creating, and no matter what it takes, right?
Absolutely.
So, now after all this time, look at you, man. It's incredible. I'm glad to be a part of the show. Thank you.
Dude,
it's amazing.
Dude, like I said, and I said this when Gareth was alive, and I will keep saying this, that anybody who was tied or part of the Mindset podcast family is more than welcome here. Because Gareth and I were on the same level about a lot of things. And Gareth was always on our show. He always came on. We always loved having Gareth on. So look at
dude, he was awesome, dude. I mean, you're awesome, and
he was incredible, man. And like I said, you got all the guys that were associated, and all the listeners who are associated with the Mindset podcast are more than welcome to show up. And
I'm feeling a sense of happiness from everything that we gained from everything.
Oh man, the guy left a legacy. I mean,
it hurts, but I feel proud too.
Well, you should be, man, because I mean, look at. I mean, he created a fucking universe that a lot of people didn't realize until he passed away. That the size and scope of that universe.
Here's my dilemma lately. It's like, with everything going on, it's like, hey man, I would just want to send a quick message or just call them up. Hey, what do you think? I can't do that. It sucks. It's like,
yeah, you know what? But he's listening.
Yeah, I know. So what I do is I try to find other outlets, and
it's 1:30. It's 1:31 p.m. in Australia right now.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know we're going late, but I just.
But like I said, man, I mean, everybody's welcome here. Like,
you're amazing, dude. Amazing show.
Next
season's gonna be awesome, dude. Tell me about next season.
It's highly secretive right now. I don't want to spill too many beans, but we're gonna have a lot of cool guests on. We've already scheduled a few, and we will, when we get closer to the date.
So you're taking a couple months off.
We always take the summer off, but I mean, we do come in here from time to time and do this, have this open discussion with everybody, because I mean, I find it important. I think it's important to stay in contact with people who listen to the show or watch the show here on YouTube.
Yeah, man. I see your stuff posting all the time, and I keep subscribed, and I appreciate all your work. It's amazing.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Mindset, Tim, I wouldn't know Tim. Hey, Tim. I wouldn't know you, Joe.
Same here, man.
There's a lot of people out there, Reeves and Ben and Trevor and everybody, Matt, everybody who is associated with fucking,
There's even people that watch my channel, and they're just like, they knew me through that too.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
And I just, it sucks.
I came across you, Joe, which Gareth, so there you go.
Sorry, what was that?
That's how I came across you, Joe.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, Gareth is such an amazing supporter.
Yeah, John says, I know one day he will pop up and say hi when
I tell you, I wouldn't be where
meet him.
Like where I'm at in my channel, my growth. I wouldn't be without Gareth. So,
and you've got quite a following on your YouTube channel. What do you have? Like 11,000 followers now, or subscribers?
Yeah, just a little bit over that. Yeah,
you're doing good, man, and that's what. Keep it up, man.
He's spurred me on, like what you before, dude. So I keep. That's how I kind of remember his legacy. I keep creating,
dude. He is a driver of people and getting them and inspiring them and telling
Yeah.
them, look, keep
He
it
would
going.
tell me just keep going, you know, because like
Yeah,
I couldn't,
keep going.
I can't be depressed, you know.
Keep creating, man. The
Fuck,
more
I can tell you, it's like the first few months I was fine, dude, and like you get that depression,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm just gonna just block that out and just go forward, you know. So
you know,
get
he
on.
would tell you the more content, the better.
Yeah, I know, man. Same with you, man. Like what you're doing, dude. You like your show's exploded, dude. You know.
Yeah. I mean, on YouTube, there's it's not like on the radio waves. But what I like about YouTube is the interaction.
Yeah, me too.
The interaction in the chat and everything else, and the people who stop by and watch the show. It's I love it, and
Plus the different guests, what's interesting about the season you're talking about coming up, you don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
and that's the way we like to keep it. And like I said, we start throwing out stuff as we get closer to the date, which is we haven't officially announced when we come back, but we usually come back the second week of September, roughly around the second.
So you're taking a little break. What's going on this summer? A little vacation time.
Yeah, just for me this year, I'm taking some time and a couple of weeks going up to Quebec, going
That's
to
cool.
Quebec, old Quebec City and Montreal, and exploring some of the historical sort of aspects of Montreal. Because I mean, if anybody knows, Quebec City is probably one of the oldest points in Canada. European points in Canada. So we're talking about early 1600s. So it's got some pretty good history. So I've never been there. I'm looking forward to going back. Oh, not back, but looking forward to going up there and checking it out. And hopefully, I don't know, man. Maybe next year, maybe next spring, Joe might be heading back down to Florida.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
That's awesome, dude. You let me know so we can do some adventures. Maybe something,
Absolutely, I will let you know.
I would love that, dude. That would be incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I will let you know. Hopefully, we'll see. I fucking miss Florida. I really do. It's been 3-4 years since I've been down there, and I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing for some Florida.
Yeah, man, it'd be pretty cool. Just let me know, man, because we could do all kinds of stuff. So
absolutely, we'll do, man. Of course, I will.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, if we could do this full time, we'd be like, traveling everywhere. Like let's go up there. I'm gonna go up to you. I want to get to where you're at too, man. So that's my goal too.
Well, if you do head up here, just let me know, right?
Yeah.
More. I'm sure I could show you a few places up here that you'd probably be pretty interested in. So.
Oh, dude, just to hang out, man.
Exploring wise, hanging out, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, we could do some exploring, but just some vlogging about us hanging out. That'd be pretty cool too.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So, I got a cat here in my view. I think.
Yeah.
A cat.
No,
he's got his little. What is it?
This is my.
Yeah.
This is the little man that lives with me.
Yeah. About 2 hours time difference in Australia. Oh no, come on, from Australia to the UK. No, there's a longer time difference than that, isn't there?
Naughty.
Huh?
Lots of snorty noises, don't it?
I don't know what's the time. No, because it's like 4:30 or sorry, it's 4:39 in the UK right now. In Australia, it is 1:39, so 7 hours.
It's amazing that we all can.
Where do I get seven? Where the fuck do I get 7 hours from? 8, 9. What is that? 9 hours. What is that? 9 hour difference? Yeah. 9 hours. Yeah.
Baba, when are you going to see Baba? Huh?
Not yet. 9 hours. Wow. What it and that's just between Oz and the UK. Wow. So you add on another 5 hours on top of that. So 14 hours between here and Australia.
It's incredible.
14 fucking almost a whole fucking day. 14 hours. Holy shit. And now Dan, is it your summer there now? No, it's not your summer now. Your summer's earlier. When does your summer start in Australia?
December.
Is it December? I can't remember. I know
I think it might be because it's the southern hemisphere. Because I have a friend that's traveling down in South America. It's like summer down there.
It's winter there now, and we're in our spring. Yeah, so he says December. So it's spring here now. It'll be another.
I guess they're coming on the winter time, right, dude?
Yeah, they're coming. Well, December
Crazy.
is their winter, but he says it's winter now, but December is their summer.
Wow, that's nuts.
And yeah, our summer starts June 22nd officially.
Are you excited?
For the summer?
Yeah.
Well, it's always nice.
Summer weather.
Here, you know what, Joe? Here, the summer weather consists of 20. It feels like 40 degrees with the humidity. Oh, fuck, it's insane. The humidity is insane here. It's not like down there where you get nice heat. Here, it's fucking humid as hell.
Damn.
It's insane.
Well, he's got the winter coming up here. Captain Jack.
Well, that's why you get a lot of Canadians that go down there in the winter, right?
Oh yeah, definitely down here in Florida.
Because, I mean, I think the latest I've ever been down to Florida was probably September. And when I went down there, it was 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit wise. I couldn't tell you what Fahrenheit. I think, what is that? Oh my God, 110? What, 9? Oh, wait. No, 100. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Yeah, I think it's 100 Fahrenheit because 30 is 90. Yeah, I think 30 is 90 and 40 would be 100 Fahrenheit, I think. Something like that. It was fucking hot in September.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's hot and humid. Yeah, that time of year, it's hot and humid.
Yeah.
And not until about November, December, it starts cooling down.
Yeah. I mean, the cooling down there is, we're talking
Feels
like
great, dude.
15 degrees, which is, I don't know what Fahrenheit was.
I'm talking like, 70 to 75 degrees.
Yeah. So something like that.
With no humidity during the wintertime. Feels perfect.
You know what I love in Florida too? I love the fucking rainstorms.
Oh, in the summertime right now. Yeah.
I fucking love them, man.
Yeah, dude.
They're so refreshing and they're just awesome. I love them.
And they're fucking severe, dude. Like it's like,
well, yeah, some of them could be really severe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously not the as severe ones, but I mean, just a plain rainstorm.
Yeah.
I
was just out tonight. I was thinking about that when you mentioned that about the air. I was like, it smells so good because we just had a good rain.
Yeah.
It smelled so good outside,
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it smells good out here.
Summer there is 38, 100 Fahrenheit. Yeah. And that's basically like here, man. It's just so fucking humid though.
It's just hot. You sweat when you go outside. You get used to it, like anywhere, you just get used to it.
Oh, I don't think you can ever get used to humidity. I fucking hate it. I love heat. I love the heat, but you know what? I hate humidity.
Yeah, that's the hard part of it.
And here it has been getting so fucking bad. We're talking about 40 Fahrenheit 110, whatever the fuck it is, 105, whatever it is. It's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
I haven't we hit hot there. It's nuts.
Oh, it gets fucking crazy here, man. It's just like, wow. It's not enjoyable. It just is not enjoyable. You literally have to stay in air conditioning because it's not comfortable at all. It's so fucking humid. Unless you're at
our power went out the other night, dude. So
Oh, yeah?
we didn't have AC for like 2 hours. I was dying. I was like, it's so hot.
and down there it would suck, yeah, because you guys need the AC.
You need it, dude. You can't sleep. You can't. It's like unbearable.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're gonna end this.
You son of a. I'm just kidding. That was a good show, man. Appreciate being on here.
It's always fun, and I want to thank everybody for coming in. Dan, thanks for coming in, and Alex, obviously, Tim, and Joe. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And everybody in the chat. Neo and Dan and Darren and everybody else, Simon and Ollie. Thank you for coming in, and Crazy John, you bastard. Love you. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you. And Sab, thanks for poking in here as well. And everybody else who I didn't mention, thanks. We always love having you around. This Sunday night is our season finale with our good friend Tim Shaw. It'll be a pretty cool show. And I'm sure we'll have another open fest soon. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Tim and Joe, have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Yourselves, guys.
Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Ta-ra.